Hey, this tutorial is for figure 7-33, the cross base. Make sure you're in the correct units. Go to inches. And I'm going to go ahead and make sure I'm in 1060 alloy. All right, now this one looks a little more complicated than the last one, but I can still, I believe, do all of this in one sketch. Right? And the more you can do in one sketch, the easier it is to troubleshoot if you have problems. So I'm going to bring all these shapes in. All right, got another one over here, rectangle. And it looks like I got a line in here somewhere. I'm not going to put it on the midpoints. Don't snap it to these things so we don't know if it's in the midpoint or not. And then it looks like I got two circles. All right, the two circles are three. When it says 3/4 inch drill, that means that these holes will be drilled with a 3/4 inch drill bit. So drill bits are always going to be labeled as diameter. All right, so the diameters are there. Now it tells me that the center point of this and then this line are going to be 13/16 from each other. Right, and then it tells me the next hole from here, and again that is a precision thing. We can take that out. Actually, that goes 4 for 13/16. All right, and then we have another dimension that goes from this center point to this center point, and this one's going to be 1 5/8. And we can work that out as well. I'm just expanding those precision just so it looks better on the tutorial. But you can assume those are correct if you typed it in correctly. It's 4.5 long. It's 2.5 deep. Right, and we'll do thickness later. The holes are 1 1/4. This to here. It's going to be 1 1/4. Right, and we can do some other things here too. We can make these that and hold control in that. So I got both center points selected. I can make those horizontal from each other. Okay, so those are, wherever I move those will stay. I can't move them up and down. Okay, then we'll start working from left to right. This dimension here is 5/8. And this line here is 2 1/4 from here, which happens to be halfway. Then we need to define these guys over here. So this from here to here is going to be another 5/8. And then this from here to here is 5/8. And then what I'm going to do here is I'm going to make this, I'm going to hold control on this, and that'll make them, I'm looking for, going from line, make sure I don't zoom in if you have to, line to line, I'm looking for collinear. So that just puts them on the same path. So it'll actually push that over 5/8. Right, and then I'm just going to go with the dimensions they give me. I can't assume that this is 5/8, but it probably is. I'm going to go working from here to here was 5/8, and then from here to here is 1.25 or 1 1/4. Right, so let's just spot check this. Is this 5/8? Yeah, that's 5/8, but it didn't give us that, so we work this direction. Okay, now this is fully defined. Now that's basically, if you were to look from the top, this would be a hidden line in the top view, right? So what we're going to do now is we're going to do our features off of here, and I'll start with the thickest first. So this guy here is going to be 1 7/16. You have to, every different thickness needs a different extrusion. You can't do multiple, you can't tell it 2 different extrusions on that. Right? So then the next extrusion, I'm going to do up to here. And then that's going to be, well, it's 1 7/16 minus 7/16. That one I can do in my head, but if I go 1 7/16 minus 7/16, that should be 1. Okay, and I'm going to highlight the sketch again. I'm going to go to Boston. I'm not going to open up the sketch. I'm just going to highlight it by clicking on it. All right, now this one will be a cool command. So I'm going to go, so this one, now look at the math on the drawing, but it's going to be 1 7/16. Right? But we're going to minus 3/8. Okay? So that's going to look a little weird right now. But what I'm going to do next is I'm going to offset. Nope, I got to subtract another. I got to subtract minus 7/16. So what I did is I took the 1 7/16, the overall height, I subtracted the 3/8, and I subtracted the 7/16. But watch what I do here. I'm going to go, so that it's on the sketch plane. Here's a sketch plane. You can offset off of the sketch plane. I'm going to offset it 3/8. Because that's what it shows in the drawing. Right, so to determine this thickness, I had to subtract this, and then what I did is I offset off of the plane 3/8. So it just moved this whole thing up. Okay, and then on these little dudes over here, right, we're talking about these guys. Well, they're going to be offset off the plane as well. So I'm going to offset that 3/8 from off the bottom, because I want to use that same sketch, right? And then the overall height of those is going to be the 1 7/16 minus, it's going to be 3/4 inch above this plane here. All right, so if we do our math, it's going to be 3/8. Okay, so I got a different command on this. I wanted to change this. Now watch closely. So I'm going to select the sketch. See if you can follow this along. And again, there's more than one way of doing this. I'm going to go to extrude, right? Now I want to get off, I'm on this sketch plane, so I want to start 3/8 up. So I'm going to offset 3/8. Okay, so think at the bottom of the sketch over here now. Now instead of doing a blind, there's a lot of different ways to extrude, so I'm going to do this offset from surface. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to reference this surface. Now in this case, that's directing the position, which direction it's going to go, right? This is going to pick the surface. Now what it's going to do here, let me select my contours down. I'm going to select this guy and this guy, right? So what we should see here, right? So what this is doing, right now it's trying to push it down, but it would disappear. If we went down 5/8, it would take that out. So I got to flip that. So what it's referencing here is offset from surface, right? So first of all, offset from sketch plane means we're going to go from this sketch plane to here to start it, right? That's where the bottom, that's where we get this 3 7/8, or excuse me, 3/8 is here, right? And then offset from surface, we reference this surface, okay? And then I went 3/4, that's supposed to be 3/4 above that, because this is not collinear with this, right? That is not going to be collinear with that. Then I'm going to click OK. Right, again, that is where we're heading. I did it all with one sketch, which may be more difficult for you right now. You could build these into different parts, but the bottom line is we need to get to the same place. The reason I like to do it in one sketch is because if you came to me and you're like, I have problems, look at how many sketches I have. I can just open this up, and I would true this up, and then I would just start going through, well, first of all, it's fully defined, okay, dimensions. Right? Is that actually 5/8? Let's check out. Yes, it is. Right? Is that actually 5/8? Because if you put in 0.63, you're going to get a different mass properties. It's rounding on here. So I just open those up so we can see what's going on. Right? If you make a bunch of different parts, you're going to have a bunch of different sketches. You're going to be hunting around in there quite a bit. Okay? And that's why I try to do one sketch. Then on this guy, if I go to evaluate mass properties, that should be where I'm at. Case closed. All right. Good luck. A lot of new things on this one.